I was like, oh my god, this is like the Avengers right here or something. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it's been like a hot second for this, like in general. Oh man, okay, so I didn't read the book. The book that I don't remember what it was called. I don't know. Anyways, I promised I was going to read a book, and I never did, so I apologize for that. I did start a new book. This book is a sequel to one of my favorite books that I read last year, and oh my gosh, I'm still thinking about it. I loved it so much. So the book was on sale because it was Comic-Con at home. Ooh, that's basically it. No, it was on sale for Comic-Con at home, and so I was like, I might as well, right? And so I pre-ordered the next book because this is the second book in like that series. So I got it, it came in, and I read it, and the book is The Princess and the Fangirl. It's like a retelling of The Prince and the Pauper, although I have no idea. Like, I had to look this up. I was like, what is this an adaptation of? Because Kikarella was an adaptation of Cinderella. We all knew that. But with this one, it's different. So I had to look that up, and I have never heard of the story. The only thing closer to this that I can think of is like The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. So that's basically what I'm gonna claim it as, it being not Prince and the Pauper. I don't know. I will tell you what it's about because I did not read the description for it because I read the description for the other book I said I was going to read, but I never read because the freaking global pandemic happened, and then I just stopped reading books, and that's when I just went crazy with video games because I was like, there's nothing to my life anymore. But that's basically what happened. Let me read this, shall I? So the tagline is a modern fairy tale for those who believe in the magic of fandom. That's so true. So, Imogen Lovelace is an ordinary fangirl of impossible mission. To save her favorite sequel character, Princess Amara, from being killed off in the Starfield movie sequel, the problem is Jessica Stone, the actress who plays Amara, desperately wants to leave the franchise behind. When a case of mistaken identity at Excelsicon throws a lookalike Imogen and Jess together, they quickly become enemies. But when the script for the Starfield sequel leaks and all signs point to Jess, she and Imogen must team up and trade places to find the person responsible. That's easier said than done when the girls step into each other's shoes and discover the darker side of fandom, as well as the unexpected romance possibilities. Can these princesses find a way to rescue themselves from their own expectations and redefine what it means to live happily ever after? So, I didn't know what to expect from this at all because obviously I said I don't know the story of the Prince and the Pauper. I was like, oh, okay, so these two people swap places. I was like, I've seen that enough in media. Parrot Trap. So I was like, okay, so I kind of get where this is going. And it was way different. But I loved it so much, you guys. I mean, not as much as Kikarella. There was just something about Kikarella that I'm like, oh, that's my book. But I really liked this one. It was like very inclusive on like which characters, like, you know, there were gay characters, lesbian characters. There was like also POC representation, Asian, African American, which is awesome. So I just thought that was really cool because like with the first one, Darian is like of Asian descent, but like everyone else was white, so it just felt weird. But no, with this one, it's like all inclusive, which I really enjoyed. Like I was like, oh hey, like this person is described a different way, you know, like pale skin, fair hair, as they always are in like stories, which is weird. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. We already met. What's her name again? I just finished the book. And by the way, I finished the book in 2 days. I got the book yesterday, and I read a little bit yesterday, but I read the whole book today. So that's how I spent my Friday, if you're wondering. My Friday, entire day and the night. Because that's who I am. Anyways, so it's Jess. We met her in Kikarella. You know, she played Princess Amara, and, you know, Elle talked about her and Darian's fake relationship or whatever. It's just nice to, like, get her perspective on everything. Like, you know, she's just a celebrity. She doesn't care. She just does it just to get, like, her name up on the list. And it was just interesting to, like, see how she sees, like, the conventions and the fandom and stuff, and then you have the character Imogen, who's her twin, basically, or the girl that looks like her, who's, like, really into it. So then you have these two people who clash together, and, you know, they have to work together, and it's not as, like, you know, good as they expected, and it's just really cool, like, to see both sides, because, you know, the writing was really well done, like, having a mindset where they're, like, nerds, and then there's a person who's like, oh my god, all this stuff, this is about like fandoms and stuff. So it was like really cool to see that in terms of like writing. When I read books, like I hope that the writing is different and it sounds like different if it's a different character, because I know there's a lot of books where it's like they sound the same even though it's like one character or the other one. Divergent. I just thought the story was so good. It was so inclusive. Oh my god. The cameos, you guys, I seriously, when I was reading this book, I was like, oh my god, are we like in a Marvel cinematic, am I watching like a Marvel cinematic movie right now? I just felt like, wow, all these cameos, I felt like I was in a theater watching the superhero films and seeing them all come together. I was like, whoa. So yeah, it felt like we were like watching all these movies, and then finally it was like, bam, the Avengers. That's how this book felt, and I loved it. I was like, oh my god, this is like the Avengers right here, or something. And every time a cameo from Geekerella came out, a character cameo from Geekerella came out, I was like, oh my god, that's them from this book. And I was like, wow. Or like, you see like where they're at right now, because obviously this takes place later in the story. And so every time I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I loved it so much. You guys have no idea. The cameos were awesome. And I just think that the book is so good, and you know, I fell in love with the story. Like, I don't know if you guys have this like feeling, but like when you listen to music and then you go back to it like years later and you're like, oh wow, like this song, like it reminds me of this moment in time or whatever. Or like when you watch a movie and you're like, oh yeah, I remember how I felt then. Like I was reading this book and I was like, wow, I remember how I felt when I read Geekerella. And it just felt like a friend. And I loved it. I loved it so much, and I'm so happy that I got to finally read this book, because oh man, it's gonna get me to start reading more books, I hope, because I read this in a day basically. So yeah, I'm so excited. The next one is I don't know, hold on, I want to find out. Bookish and the Beast, which is Beauty and the Beast. And I think it's coming. I don't know if it's out actually though. It said I pre-ordered it, I think. I don't know. I just went to the website where they're like, hey, it's Comic-Con at home, so there's deals on the books. Or the writer actually paused and tweeted it, and I was like, okay, let's go. And so I did, and I bought them both. The problem is I'm getting that one in hardcover, I think, but paperback is where it's at. So I'm kind of, I mean, I can get another copy, I don't care. But I don't know, I prefer paperback. Anyways, that's like something you guys probably don't care about. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend you read Geekerella first, and then you read this one to understand what's going on. But yeah, I just love this world that Ashley Poston created, and I really hope she makes more after Bookish and the Beast, and I'll just read them and support them all, because I love them so much. So that's it for this video. If you guys have read these books, let's talk about it. I don't know if you guys have, but if you guys haven't, you guys should, and then I can talk to you about it. That's where I go to my next cue. You guys should read these books. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. I promise I'm going to read more books, because I want to desperately become a booktuber. You guys are not letting me, but I am. And like, I seriously, like, I don't care if like these videos just get like 0 views. I just love to talk about books just because I love story selling so much. So whoever's watching, thank you for watching this review. I highly recommend the book, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever that is. So bye, have a great day.